Welcome back to First Edition. Pregnancy and the birth of a child is typically greeted with excitement, joy, anticipation. Yet for many new parents, it can be the cause of significant mental distress. The first Wednesday in May has been declared World Maternal Mental Health Day to help bring attention to some of the struggles faced by expecting and new mothers. In this week's segment of Get Psyched with Dr. Janine, we're going to be discussing the importance of highlighting these struggles. And joining me now in our studio for our weekly feature is Dr. Janine Hubbard for Get Psyched. Thanks so much for coming in.
Oh, thanks as always for letting us cover some of these really important topics.
Absolutely, and this is a big one. I haven't been pregnant in 11 years now, nearly 12 years, but it's such an important topic. And I remember when I was pregnant, I thought, why, we hear about all the, it's exciting, how wonderful, and you look glowing and it's all beautiful. And then in your quiet moments, you think, I feel sick, I'm swollen, I've gained, I gained over 80 pounds. Yeah. I felt miserable, and I felt guilty for feeling miserable, about having this beautiful child that I have now. But, and I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know who to talk to about this. Is that all normal kind of thing?
Completely normal. And that guilt and that fear of discussing those feelings is what leaves so many people suffering in silence. And interesting, what we refer to as the perinatal period actually starts right from conception until roughly about a year after delivery and birth. And what we typically see in about 80% of expectant mothers and postpartum mothers are some symptoms of, again, whether it's that irritability, that crankiness, those mood changes, some depression symptoms, some anxiety symptoms. Some of that's your poor body is experiencing a whole lot of different hormones and physical changes and lack of sleep. Meanwhile, yes, you're supposed to be this glowing model. For the majority of people, that for the most part improves about 2 weeks or so after birth and delivery. And so the group of people, so we're concerned about that, and it's really important to be talking about that. But then what we know is there is another group of individuals who continue to experience perinatal mental health issues. Depression and anxiety are the most common, but what we also see is sudden onset of things like obsessive compulsive disorder symptoms. So again, suddenly needing to have things, whether it's organized or clean, or the intrusive thoughts that can come along. And a lot of them are very often, intrusive thoughts of harming the baby. Again, anybody having those thoughts is going to be very reluctant to speak out, whether they're worried that, somebody's going to remove the child from their care, or people are going to judge them in terms of their skills as a mother. And it's so treatable. What we have heard is nationally about 1 in 5 women experience perinatal mental health symptoms to a degree that it is impairing and distressing for them. Here in Newfoundland and Labrador, it's about 1 in 4. Wow. So this is a topic that we need to be talking about. It's also actually about 10% of expectant fathers experience mood disorders, including anxiety and depression. So it's not just all about the hormones. I mean, there's a huge mood and adjustment issue just around my life is about to change. My life has changed for both men and women, all parents and partners involved. That can trigger a lot of mood issues. So if you think that for that 1 year, 9 month roughly period, 1 in 4 are going to experience mental health issues to a degree that it is really important to be talking about it and seeking out treatment and being open with your healthcare team.
Now, you and I are discussing this now. Why, and this is what I was wondering when I was pregnant, why didn't anyone warn me that this could happen? Why didn't anyone think that, help me through that at that time?
Well, and this is just it. And I mean, we've improved in our understanding of, the baby blues and the importance of monitoring for postpartum depression per se, but it's so much more than that. So actually, it was this time a year ago here in Newfoundland and Labrador, there was a support network that was launched. And this year they're offering things like a webinar, they're offering activities, but more than anything else, they are a source of expertise and support. And I strongly encourage anyone, whether you're leading up to being expecting, you're currently expecting, or you are in the throes of baby madness, please reach out and look to those resources and look to your healthcare team for support.
Dr. Janine Hubbard, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks, Tony.